So there's this guy. He's the world's greatest dad. He loves his kids and they love him. One day the circus comes to town. The world's greatest dad says, you know what? I'm gonna take my kids to the circus. They'd love that. So they go to the circus, they sit down, the lights go down, the horses come out, and the jugglers come out, and the clowns come out. And one of the clowns says, can I have a volunteer from the audience? And the father says, you know what? The kids would love that. I'll be your volunteer. So he goes down to the center ring. Clown puts his arm around the father and says, excuse me, sir, are you a horse? And the father says, no, I'm not a horse. And the clown says, are you a mule? And the father says, no, I'm not a mule. And the clown says, well, you must be a jackass. And the whole place just dies laughing. I mean, the children are in tears. The whole town is on its feet, pointing and laughing at the father. He's humiliated, and he vows, I'm gonna get that clown. So the very next day, he goes to the local community college and enrolls in a course in cut downs, insults, and witty retorts. He starts studying, earns his associate's degree, but he thinks, no man, I'm just getting started. Another 2 years he studies, he earns his bachelor's degree in cut downs, insults, and witty retorts, but he thinks, you know what? I'm not the best yet. So another 3 years he studies, earning his master's degree in cut downs, insults, and witty retorts. I mean, the academic community is really starting to sit up and take notice of this guy, but he thinks, no, not yet. Another 2 years he studies day and night, earning his PhD in cut downs, insults, and witty retorts. He's published a definitive thesis on the subject, and then he waits. One day, the circus comes back to town. So the world's greatest dad gets his kids, says, come on, we're going to the circus. And by this time they're grown up, they have dates, they don't want to go. But the father's pretty adamant, no, we're going to the circus. So they go to the circus and they sit down. And the lights go down, and the horses come out, and the jugglers come out, and the clowns come out. Lo and behold, that same clown is there. And that same clown says, can I have a volunteer from the audience? And the father says, you know what? I'll be your volunteer. So he goes down to the center ring. Clown puts his arm around the father and says, excuse me, sir, are you a horse? And the father says, no, I'm not a horse. And the clown says, are you a mule? And the father says, no, I'm not a mule. And the clown says, well, you must be a jackass. The whole place just dies laughing. The father waits for the laughter to die down and goes, hey, fuck you, clown. And that's my favorite joke in the world.